Good evening, Bahamas. Coming up tonight on our news.
F&M Deputy Leader Peter Turnquest warns the union's war on the government could prove disastrous. That story straight ahead.
The Committee on Privileges' first public hearing is postponed. Find out why straight ahead.
The Road Traffic Department prepares for a new automated system. That story straight ahead.
Former Baha Mar Director Dionisio Diagolo weighs in on recent Baha Mar payouts. That's coming up straight ahead.
Welcome to our news and thanks for joining us. I'm Christina McNeil. Topping news tonight, one day after union leaders declared war on the government over the Attorney General's decision to stop a private prosecution against top management at Sandals, Free National Movement Deputy Leader Peter Turnquest says the Christie administration should take heed, noting a battle between the union and government could be disastrous. Dana Smith reports.
Well, Turnquest said the union leaders' concerns are something the government must take seriously. And he also cautioned the unions to practice restraint, warning mass industrial action could have its consequences. The nollie, signed by the AG, is dated August 15th, the same day Sandals made 600 workers redundant. Union leaders said yesterday, obviously the government is not on our side, and we're going to have to battle this out. Turnquest says that's not good.
It is unfortunate that we've arrived at this point because with free and open, transparent communication, we could have avoided this current situation.
The union leaders demanded amendments to strengthen the country's labor laws. NCTUB President John Pinder said if Labor Minister Shane Gibson does not present amendments at the House of Assembly's next sitting, his union, as well as the TUC, led by Obie Ferguson, may take a strike vote. Turnquest noted such a mass strike could be disastrous.
I do want to caution restraint on behalf of the unions, because at the end of the day, while it will, any planned negative action will have an effect, that effect can have long-term consequences for their members and for the country.
Turnquest branded the AG's decision to file the nollie without informing anyone unethical and a breach of trust. He accused the government of putting the unions in an unfortunate position, sitting at the negotiating table, believing everyone has the same information when one side had a get-out-of-jail-free card.
They claim to be a labor-friendly government. Well, now is the time to demonstrate it. They must sit down with these unions and have frank and open discussions as to where we are, what their intention is with respect to not only Sandals but to labor relations in general, and to assure them that action will be taken to justify or to rectify this particular seemingly egregious breach of trust.
Turnquest said the government clearly has some explaining to do, having acted in a manner that is not consistent with its mandate to put Bahamians first. Reporting for our news, I'm Dana Smith.
Thanks, Dana. Well, the Committee on Privilege was forced to postpone today's public hearing on comments made by Stellar Waste-to-Energy CEO Fabrizio Zanaboni, who last year claimed he provided small donations to members of Parliament. This after the committee was unable to locate Zanaboni. Jasmine Brown reports. Jasmine?
That's right, Christina. Those committee members confirmed this morning that they simply could not hold the hearing without that key witness. Chief Clerk in the House of Assembly, Maurice Tynes, says the hearing was postponed for the second time after the committee was unable to locate Stellar Waste-to-Energy CEO Fabrizio Zanaboni.
We have not located him. It appears he may be off the island.
Tynes says the committee informed Zanaboni in January that they wanted to question him. However, he says they have been unable to reach him since then.
But we are taking measures to try to locate him.
Zanaboni landed in hot water in November 2015 when he said MPs from both the Progressive Liberal Party and Free National Movement requested small contributions from his company for events in their respective constituencies, such as basketball tournaments. Central Grand Bahama MP Nico Grant, a member of the committee, first raised the matter in Parliament when he called for police to launch an investigation. In a December 10, 2015 letter to House Speaker Dr. Kendall Major, Zanaboni denied that he ever offered bribes to any member of Parliament and explained that he only supported small events like cookouts. Tynes says considering Zanaboni is a key witness in the matter, he must be present for them to proceed.
I think the committee wants to put this matter behind them because it's been pending for quite a while. They want to conclude this matter.
Now, despite those setbacks, Tynes says the committee is determined to complete the matter. Reporting from the House of Assembly for our news, I'm Jasmine Brown. Christina, back to you.
Thanks, Jasmine. And a former Baha Mar director has accused the government of using Baha Mar payouts to hundreds of former employees as a distraction from its new deal with China Exim Bank. Giorgio Stirrup tells us more.
On the heels of Prime Minister Perry Christie's announcement that the construction on the stalled Baha Mar project has resumed, former Baha Mar director Dionisio de Aguilar is questioning whether those involved will be able to pull off the ambitious opening date of March 2017. His comments come days after Long Island MP Loretta Butler Turner expressed skepticism about the new Baha Mar deal and questioned China Exim Bank's silence on the restarted project.
I am very skeptical that they'll be able to hit their deadline, but they're trying to get it open for before March, April, because the general election probably be held in May, so it's a gimmick and that's what they're trying to do. And thank God we have the general election. At least they're pushing to get the hotel open. It's about time.
Christie's announcement on Monday that the $3.5 billion mega resorts casino, hotel, convention center, and golf course would be open in phases in March of next year. He said the Export-Import Bank of China is meeting its commitment by covering remaining construction costs to complete the project. However, de Aguilar isn't convinced or impressed.
They've got to finish that hotel. They've got to go back into bed with China State Construction, which I've always said is a dreadful company and will probably miss endless deadlines, and they'll find out how they work, and they'll find out the difficulty that we had when we were sitting around that board table. So, I mean, obviously it's good that it's started again. It's good that it's moving in the direction. I just think it's the wrong person, and that's my view. I just think that they've gone into bed with the wrong person. We had the right person. We had a great investor, and I've made my comments known on that. So, let's see where it ends.
The prominent businessman also commented on Baha Mar payouts, which ended today for former employees. He said while he's happy for the hundreds of workers who received checks, he feels this process is nothing more than a distraction.
I think this whole payout is a major distraction. Ultimately, at the end of the day, the people who were employed by Baha wanted their jobs. And for the past 15 months, they have had no job, and they don't have any future right now. It's all up in the air, and I think it's been unnecessarily delayed by the actions of this government.
Reporting for our news, I'm Giorgio Stirrup.
The Road Traffic Department is gearing up to introduce a new automated system to the public. The plan is to make vehicle registration much easier. Simone Davis reports.
As the Road Traffic Department aims to complete its $8 million automated system in several weeks, Road Traffic Controller Ross Smith described it as a non-discretionary and secure system. Smith explained the first steps in getting the system up and running.
These temporary headquarters afford us the opportunity to establish the infrastructure to facilitate our transition to a new electronic system. Over the next few weeks, we will continue with our staff training and development to ensure that the strengthening of their skills and improving their capacity to deliver the quality, efficient, and customer service that will be second to none anywhere.
The automated system is designed to improve driver and vehicle licensing as well as boost government revenue collection by streamlining registration and licensing processes. As he discussed the changes in the department, Smith outlined just how drivers would go about registering their vehicles.
No writing. Everything is being entered electronically. And once you're registered, you will never have to register again. This is going to be a little long process, but once you've done it, you don't have to suck your teeth anymore and say, I can't stand this process.
What's going to happen the second time around when you come back?
This process will be cut up. Okay? So you only have to go to the inspection, and once you've been inspected, you go directly to the cashier and pay.
Transport and Aviation Minister Gladys Hannah Martin says there's also a new way to cut down on opportunities for fraudulent activities.
The disc on the windshield, it will no longer carry the owner's name. So you will now have confidentiality in your vehicle. That's correct?
That's correct.
First time.
She explained that the disc would have the vehicle information, including the expiration year, make and model, and plate number. Smith said the system is expected to be in full effect by October 11th. Reporting for our news, I'm Simone Davis.
Still to come on our news, leaders of the Democratic National Alliance come out on top as the party's national convention begins. Bahamian businesses briefed on cybersecurity. Plus, AML Foods gets set to open its 8th retail location. That's coming up when our news returns.